And today I'm delighted to introduce to you Mr. Wayne Kayler-Thomson. Wayne Kayler-Thomson is Chief Executive Officer of the Victorian Employers' Chamber of Commerce and Industry, more commonly known as VECI. VECI is Victoria's largest business representation organisation. Prior to his current position at VECI, Wayne was the Deputy Chief Executive of Tourism Victoria and has extensive private and public sector senior executive management and business experience in tourism, regional economic development and the manufacturing industry, including earlier experience as a tourism business owner and operator. Wayne is a certified practicing accountant, a fellow of the Australian Institute of Management and an associate member of the Australian Marketing Institute. He's a member of various government and non-government boards, councils and committees, including Director for Vic Super and a board member of the National Tourism Alliance and the Motel and Accommodation Associations. He's a close association with VU as a Victorian University Council member and an adjunct professor to the Centre of Tourism and Services Research. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Wayne Kayler-Thomson.
Councillor, Vice-Chancellor, faculty, staff, graduates, parents and friends, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed an honour to have the opportunity to address you today. When I was asked to do so, I reflected upon my own graduation and the many wishes of good luck that were bestowed at that time. And it caused me to further reflect about what impact that may have had upon my career and I guess upon my life. I guess the first piece of luck that I had was to have parents who were prepared to actually invest in my education. So I had parents who did not have the opportunity to have an education themselves, who never completed primary school, and in their early years found themselves serving our country in the Second World War. And whilst they picked up some skills during that time, and my mother ultimately became a cook, and my father exited the Defence Forces as a truck driver, but worked in a variety of various labouring jobs over his life. What they determined was to do the best that they could to provide their children with an education. And being the eldest in our further extended family, I had the privilege of being able to have also to graduate at a tertiary level. During that time, I also, particularly when I was a teenager, I had a mentor. And the mentor was a youth worker, was in fact the local sergeant of police. And I remember often that he, first of all, reinforced the value of education, but particularly said to me on many occasions, "You are so fortunate to have parents who are prepared to work hard to provide you with an opportunity. Don't let them down." I had the opportunity to progress through education to graduate with a Diploma of Commerce, and I can relate to many of you that are graduating today in the range of that. This was many years ago, of course, and that course provided an intensive opportunity for me to study commercial law, to study accounting, to study economics, to study a wide variety of things related to commerce and information technology, and a lot of other things attached to it as well that I've found to be useful around report writing, public speaking, and a range of other activities. But when I reflect upon it, I find that every aspect of that course that I undertook and graduated from has been valuable right throughout my career and right to this day. I also had the opportunity, younger in life, to experience and have the opportunity to be very lucky to have opportunities for leadership, whether that was at school, whether it was in sport, whether it was in the community. And that gave me an appreciation of the importance of making a contribution to your community and the opportunity to lead and to learn how you can work with people in all walks of life across the community. And that was another very important part of my education that I've found has been incredibly useful as time has gone on. I was also very lucky, having graduated, to gain employment as an assistant accountant in a very small organisation with only 25 staff, but one that had big aspirations. It was an entrepreneurial organisation, and I had the opportunity to grow with that organisation as it became a multinational manufacturer, wholesaler within this country, and today is still one of the largest manufacturers and wholesalers. The organisation grew, and I had the opportunity to grow with it. So in the first 2 years, I was able to progress from being an assistant accountant ultimately to a chief accountant, finance manager, and then to move into management roles, and found myself managing the production facility, and ultimately, by the time I was 28, to be the general manager of the organisation, responsible for all of its Australian operations with a staff of 600 people. The opportunities that afforded me was to use the education that I'd had to good effect. I then had another sense of luck, and that luck was an opportunity to pursue a dream, to own and operate my own business, which is what led me into the tourism industry. And while still retaining my connections with the company that I left and being a director of it, I was able to explore the opportunity to be an accommodation operator, a group tour operator and a restaurateur. So again, some new skills came along that I had to learn to become a breakfast cook, a waiter, a maintenance person, a tour guide, an entertainer, and all of the aspects that go with that, as well as using my commercial skills in hopefully applying them to develop a business. That led me to a 30-year career in the tourism industry, an industry that's very important to the future of our country and in fact to the future of the world. And it led me to be involved at a destination marketing, a destination development level, and then ultimately to be appointed to the board of Tourism Victoria back in the early 1990s, and to have the opportunity there to participate in developing the tourism strategy and then to implement that tourism strategy as an executive of Tourism Victoria that has turned the fortunes of tourism industry in Victoria around to the point that we were the worst performing state in Australia from a tourism perspective, and today we are the best performing state. And we are acknowledged around the world as being the best strategic marketer of a destination. It gave me the opportunity to be involved in developing the strategy that identified major events as a particularly important aspect of how tourism could grow in this country, how it could grow in Melbourne, the infrastructure that then supported that, and the benefits that we achieve from that today in the magnificent range of sporting and cultural facilities, community facilities that make Melbourne and Victoria one of the great places in the world to visit. And we are benefiting from that substantially. My education helped me through that period to be able to apply management skills, strategic planning skills, and the aspects of commerce that I learned as a result of the course that I undertook. That further led me to where I am today, and an opportunity at the Chamber of Commerce to make a contribution to hopefully make a difference to public policy, to provide and influence public policy for the future in providing a positive environment for business, a positive environment for the community to grow and develop to the Victoria that we would all want it to be. And an opportunity to provide an extensive range of business services, including international trade through the International Chamber of Commerce movement and a wide range of other activities, many of those activities represented by the various courses that our graduates have undertaken and are graduating in today. So when I look back on that, I find that I've been incredibly lucky to have been given those opportunities based upon the luck that I had of parents who were prepared to invest in my education. So I guess a message to all of the parents here today, this is for you. All of the graduates really appreciate the contribution and the sacrifices that you have made. And those words of my early mentor telling me that, remember, your parents have made big sacrifices for you, don't let them down. So that's a message for you, the parents. When I reflected upon that luck, I perhaps could share with you today my personal mission statement, because personal leadership, I think, is an important part of all of the graduates needing to think about where they take their graduation today too. So my personal mission statement, or my good luck charm, if you like, is simply this: whatever I aspire to, passionately believe in, plan for, and act on with a positive attitude will inevitably be achieved. So my message today to the graduates is This is just the beginning of your education journey. Continuous learning, being part of professions, being part of the opportunity to continuously learn, is a critically important thing for you to remember. Celebrate your graduation today, but consider it as just the first step in your continuous learning journey. Be prepared to make a difference. You've been given the privilege of a terrific education. Use it not just for your personal advantage, but use it for your community's advantage. And also apply it to your personal leadership in the contribution that you can make in the future. And so to all of the graduates I say, congratulations and good luck.